1, 2, 3, clap. Been so long.
Who are you again?
I don't know. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, living the terrible life post-Vegas. That is Brogan Hastings.
And over there, finally back in Australia after God knows how many weeks off, it's Wayne Giovinazzi.
4. It was 4. It
You
was
did-
one more week than you.
I think I always say that because you know what Australians are like in their trips to America. They always take like 4 months.
This is starting to sound racist. You know what Australians are like, those cunts.
I mean, you said it,
Yeah.
not me.
I had to get it out of the way because we haven't recorded in a few weeks, and I feel like our listenership appreciate it. And speaking of listenership, shout out to anyone who is a new patron, because there's been a few of you popping up while we're not been putting out any content. So yeah, we appreciate it. I'll reach out in the next week or so just to get some details from you, because some of you get your name read out and stuff like that. Just to see what you want to be called. But so we're both back from Vegas. And that can only mean one thing, and that is I don't know what episode number this is, but whatever episode number this is, 1, I just remembered, doesn't it mean it is technically the end of season 2? Because Vegas trips were our so-called seasons.
Were they? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's an unspoken rule.
Yeah, I remember telling Jim that we took the ICS methods.
Yeah.
I forgot that we had talked about that.
And 2, it means it's episode 1 of our Vegas Spectacular Recap. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, where's my applause button? I gotta hit my applause button. Oh, no.
It's been so long.
I don't know where anything is anymore. I'm gonna keep vamping until there it is. Yeah. We have already you've seen some of our Vegas stuff. Obviously, there was the Mikey quiz at Scoot Fest. That was on our podcast feed and YouTube if you like to see the video side of things. There was some bank episodes that came out while away. But not just that. We were on a plethora of other podcasts. We
made the rounds.
Yeah, we sure did. I mean, some of them we were just sitting there as audience members.
Yeah.
In the cheap seats, and then others we were. I mean, we'll get to it through our stories, but yeah, we were asked to step in and fill some big shoes at times. So last time we did this, we've done this twice already. Shit, the last 2 times we've done this, we've just gone through and tried to recollect things just off the top of our heads.
Okay.
But I thought this year I'm going to write down as much as I can of what I've done every day while away. So we have a bit of chronology. We have a bit of a chronology that we can go through, which is probably best. But the problem is I didn't start in Vegas and we didn't get to Vegas at the same time.
Yes. But
what we're going to do, we're going to start from Vegas.
Okay.
Cool. Now, you were in Vegas before me.
Yeah.
What did you do in day 1 Vegas, Brogan?
So, in a rare turn of events, I got to Vegas there. I usually get to Vegas at about 8 o'clock at night because there's one flight to Vegas from the airport I go to. The flights I booked this time got me into Vegas at like 2:30 in the afternoon. I was like, this is good. Chris was only just a little bit before me because he was in Vegas. He got to Vegas on the same day I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So he had drama.
We need Chris. We need Chris for this, really, don't we? Man, he was. We were trying to get him to join us today, but he had baseball commitments.
We'll bring Chris back for Chris's side of things.
Yeah, all right, we'll do that because this is. Maybe next week's episode, part 2 of the Big Vegas recap, we can talk to Chris about Chris's drama.
Yeah, Chris had car drama because he was supposed to pick me up from the airport. He ended up getting an Uber to come and get me. And
instead of just saying, "Hey, Brogan, you're going to have to catch an Uber," he caught an Uber to you.
Well, he was going to have to catch an Uber anyway. So he done a multi-trip. He went from where he was to the airport and we went to the Rio, which, thank God, because it meant he could help me with my bags.
Of course, yeah. The ever gentleman Chris the Microscope.
Very much so. Plus,
oh yeah, no sarcasm at all.
Bear in mind, he hadn't checked in either because the room's under my name.
Oh, so, shit. And your credit card, I assume.
Yeah, so we got there, got checked in. We had one of the old rooms, which is fine, because I was a little bit like, oh, I'm going to miss my shower window. And then it was there, and I was like, shower window! There you are.
Oh, God.
I can watch cartoons while I shower, it's fine. So yeah, and we talked about stuff, and I was like, because beforehand I was like, I'm getting in early. I was like, we could maybe go to Penn and Teller.
Oh, yeah.
I was in bed by like 6:30, 7. I was like,
yep.
But I can't. I think because Chris went back out to get the car again sorted, but again, no luck. I ordered food. I ordered Olive Garden because I was like, I'm getting fucking old. Because we'd talked about him picking up the car.
I thought you actually went to Olive Garden. You just ordered it in.
We had talked about going out to Olive Garden, but no. When Chris was away getting the car, I ordered Olive Garden.
That must have been terrible. Ordered in Olive Garden.
It was fine.
Yeah, but you can only get like, how many breadsticks can you get?
They sent me 12.
Okay, that sounds perfectly fine.
Yeah. Also, I have a controversial update on Olive Garden breadsticks.
Okay.
I like Sbarro breadsticks better.
Look, a breadstick, yeah. I mean, I did have some Sbarro breadsticks while I was there, and yeah, they're fine. They're all bread. They're all stick form. They're all suitable to me.
I like the Sbarro ones better because they're slightly less salt. They're less salty and more garlicky. Yeah. I didn't realize how salty the Olive Garden breadsticks were until I was eating. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so Olive Garden breadsticks, they should be called salt sticks because they give you a stick of salt, kind of like your Himalayan salt lamp, and then they just sprinkle breadcrumbs on it. Pretty much.
Yeah. So Olive Garden breadsticks good, Sbarro breadsticks better. And the good thing is, there's a Sbarro everywhere. So anytime I was like, I need something to eat, I'll get a breadstick.
Yeah.
That was good.
And if you felt the need for pizza, you could get that at the same time.
Exactly.
And if you felt the need for a chicken parm, you could get that there as well, apparently.
Yeah, you can get chicken parmas there as well. I like Sbarro. It's mediocre pizza, and sometimes that's what you need. So, big fan. So, point being, I ordered Olive Garden, and then just was out like a light. So I think when I go next time, I think I'll just stick with the original plan because going through the other airport was a nightmare. I'm not even going to get into that. So I
think we need to do a little bit of foreshadowing and foreshadowing while going back to something you said.
Cool.
That you did not go to Penn and Teller that night, day one.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
This trip was very different for you to normal because how many times did you actually see Penn and Teller this trip?
3 times, which is very low. Little to none for me.
You probably spent more on Sbarro breadsticks than you did on Penn and Teller tickets.
I know, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think because before that point, if I have been in the same city that Penn and Teller are performing in since 2022, then I have been to see them every performance. So that first night in Vegas was the first time I've been in the same city as Penn and Teller, aware of them, and not gone to see a show while they've been performing.
Yep.
And have been able to. So that kind of broke the streaks. I kind of felt okay about it. The thing was, there was a lot of Scoop Fest stuff on when Penn and Teller were on, and then they were away for a week, and just other stuff came up. So, yeah, I'm a little bit sad, but, you know, but I know that I got to see them more than once, so I'm happy with that.
Exactly.
And I hadn't realised Chris had never seen Penn and Teller.
At all?
At all.
Wow.
Certainly not in Vegas, but I don't think he'd seen them at all. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Get your shit together. Oh, he did.
Yeah. So I was like, that's illegal in my presence.
And Chris was like, yeah, there's a lot that's illegal in Tennessee.
So I meant, so anyway, second day, Chris and I, this is when, at this point, you're driving, you're heading to Vegas.
Yes, at this point, I am heading to Vegas. Maybe we should tell our stories at the same time. And what I'll do, I will put my voice in the left ear and your voice in the right ear.
Absolutely
and then
not.
The listener can
Absolutely not. Veto! Veto!
I would never do that. But every time I'm editing the audio and I accidentally change the audio channels, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. But yes, I was driving. And what were you doing?
So Chris and I started off by going to Walmart because I wanted to pick up a couple of things. I strangely because of how I'd been eating before I got to Vegas, it was very strange. I did not drink. I did not get like Diet Cokes at the airport. I did not have my usual breakfast. Yep. I was eating pretty well. I actually got a couple of cans of water at the airport, and I was like, "Ooh, Jacob is right. This keeps it so much colder and is much better."
Is this the brand can that you've not stopped consuming since? Okay.
No, I can't remember what it was called, but it was something else. So when we were in Walmart, I was like, "Oh shit! I forgot that I can get Liquid Death here. I will get that."
Yeah.
And got a couple other like sodas.
Snacky snacks?
It's snacky snacks.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then we went from there to, I think we maybe did we get pancakes that day? Possibly. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, you could have woken up in the morning and been fine for pancakes. That would make sense.
Well, Chris wakes up very early anyway.
Yes.
And he's like 3 hours ahead of Vegas time.
Oh,
so he's waking up at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning Vegas time. And the motherfucker just goes and gets in the shower, gets ready, and he's sitting there in his jeans, and I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I have to get up as well.
Yeah.
And usually when that happens, I'm like, Chris, can we go for pancakes? And he's like, I mean, you said it, so okay.
Yeah, it's important to note here that Chris had a car.
Chris had fine. Oh, that's what we did. That's what we did. We went out and got the car first.
Yeah.
We went and got the car first and then went to Walmart.
Yeah.
So that was good. We finally managed to get that sorted.
Yeah.
I don't think I got pancakes until the next day. But yeah, we just like wandered around and did stuff. I made Chris film a TikTok of me looking at the Rio sign because I was like, I feel this in my soul. And to the point that I made him take it 2 or 3 times. I made him take it twice because we had to stand there for ages timing it out because I was like, all I really want is me looking at the Rio sign. And he's like, well, I'm not going to film it and not have the Penn and Teller advert on.
That just doesn't make sense.
So we had to time it to that. The first time, it was filming too low and cut off most of the Rio sign. So we had to wait for the next cycle.
God damn it. Director of photography, Chris, what are you playing at?
It was really windy, so I almost lost my hat as well. It was funny.
It was so windy, I could not hold the camera still.
Right, no, really, like I had to, like, genuinely, my cap almost flew off the top of the car park.
Oh, the parking garage?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that would have gone down onto the train tracks where all the homeless folk are, and they would be like, I just found myself a new hat.
I know, I'd be like, bitch! That's psycho bunny! I'd have fought the homeless for that. Anyway. So we're doing stuff off, and I kind of want to go to Penn and Teller. I was like, I think Mox had already messaged at me at this point, and I was like, I'm in Vegas now, and they're like, yes! I was like, we're thinking about going to Vegas, we're going for dinner first, do you want to join us?
You think about going to Penn and Teller, we're going to dinner first. You said Vegas. You're already in Vegas.
I'm already in Vegas. Thinking about going to Penn and Teller, we're going for dinner first, do you want to join us? So Mox was like, sure. So we ended up going to Guy Fieri's. Which,
Guy Fieri's, yeah. Guy Fieri's.
And I was like, I've never seen this place be opened, but it was open. And it was...
Borracho?
Yes.
Yeah. The donkey something.
Yes. And really good. Really good. I would definitely go back there when I see that it's opened because they've got the weirdest ass opening times known to man. Yeah. And then Mox was like, follow me. Oh, we went to the arcade first in the Kiss mini golf.
Oh, you went in there?
We went in there.
Didn't play golf.
We didn't play mini golf. No, we played some of the arcade games because there are arcade games in there. So that was quite good. And then Mox was like, "Yeah, come with me. We're sneaking in." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I mean, I was just going to buy tickets, but no. Mox came in and was like, "Sit here. Nobody sits here. This is usually the last booth to be filled, so we may have to move." So I was like, "Okay, cool." But it's the price you pay to get him for free.
Exactly.
you may have to move. Chris's first time seeing the Penn and Teller show. There was obviously some new stuff in there, and it was so good. It was so. I was quite surprised at what wasn't there. And what was, they got rid of they changed the opening, and I'm kind of sad.
The age appropriate escape. I'm glad that's done. I think we saw that 2 years in a row.
Yes.
Yeah,
I get the feeling that it'll be the tour opener from now on.
What's the opener now? I've forgotten.
Church of Teller or Polyester.
Polyester. Yeah, see, Polyester is, I feel like a weak opener. But
in comparison, 100%. It feels a mid-show piece. And I don't know if I'm saying that because from when they did it in London, it was a mid-show piece.
Yeah, exactly. But I think they've done age-appropriate escape enough to be over it. Like, because it's a big spectacle thing. And they've done it on TV as well. So
yeah, I do think it's such a good bit though. I love that bit so much, and I was really, really sad to see that it had gone.
Well, I tell you why I don't. It's not really a magic trick. It is a bit.
Oh yeah,
because there's no magic going on. It's just an introduction. It's like Brooke Burke saying Penn and Teller, and then they walk out on stage.
It is an escape because I know it is. They talked about I remember them talking to. I remember Penn talking about this on Penn Sunday School because they went to see this guy and his wife who were like I don't know, but they were big in like escape stuff.
Was it Helen Coghlan?
No.
And your dad?
No,
Okay.
it was somebody in America anyway, and I remember talking about it because it was like this guy tied his wife up to show all the escape stuff, and with the chains and stuff. Yeah, and this is what Penn's like. And apparently Taylor was there, so yeah, you could just take the fucking thing off and you can do this and, the bastard thing off. And these people were like deep southern, so they're saying, oh yes, and you can do this, and you could, and Taylor's just like fucking potty mouth. And it was so, I remember him talking, this was a good few years ago, so I know that it's got stuff like that in it. It's not just a bit, it is an escape bit.
There are no provers. The thing that makes an escape is seeing the escapee getting into the binds in the first place. The stage lights up and they're in rocking chairs and straitjackets already. Yeah,
I get that. I still like it. I still want to see it. I still hope that they do it I think it's a fantastic opener. And I think it's very much a tour opener. And I hope they keep it as that.
Maybe.
In the same sense that they keep Shadows for tour.
That pisses me off because I was not in the country when they were in Australia.
Yeah.
So, should we go through the Penn and Teller show now?
We can.
All right. We'll give spoilers, I guess. We're just gonna talk about our feelings on tricks from now on new stuff. We're not gonna say, oh, this is how we think it's done.
Oh yeah. So they opened with Polyester. Which I don't call Polyester, I call Church of Teller.
It's Church of Teller, yeah.
Because that's a far superior name, and I believe in Teller. I like that bit. I do think it's funny when Penn's like, gives the scissors to the little kid, he's like, now run with the scissors.
The scissors.
And a little kid actually did do that on one of the times I've seen it. I think, was that the time you guys were there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. So, actually, you know what? Before we even go into tricks, I want to go back slightly and I want to go to the jazz.
Oh, of course, yeah. Always show up on time, early for the Mike Jones jazz duo.
Yes, always. And Jonesy is just hilarious and so sweet, and he'll stop every so often to say, Penn and Teller would like you to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And later on, one of the tricks they did is Battle of Dreams. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But when Jonesy's saying about this for people to write down their dreams, he says, my dream is to be in space eating ice cream with Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, on the space shuttle eating ice cream with Jimi Hendrix.
Yep. And I don't know if you were... I was close enough at this point. I could just hear Penn go, Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah.
And Jonesy's like, I heard he liked ice cream.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love you, Jonesy.
What I love about the Jazz so much is the album, right? Music to Look at Boxes by, yeah?
Yes.
At some point in the pre-show Jazz, this song came about because there was a box on stage boxes on stage for the audience to look at.
Yes.
And the song was called, Jones would be like, and now this song's called The Box Viewing Blues, and he'd go into the song. And then that trick changes to, like, say, Jelly Bean.
Yeah.
And it becomes, now it's time for the Jelly Bean Viewing Blues.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same song.
Yep.
And I think this year it was, now it's time for the...
Envelope signing.
Yeah, envelope signing blues.
Yeah. So I do love that. The Jazz is always so good. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, Battle of Dreams, aka Battle of Wishes.
Well,
we won't talk about a particular specific. I think you know what I'm talking about because that's also reference to something else that happened at Scoop Fest.
yes.
I want to sort of link those two together.
Yeah, slightly. So the very first time I seen it, Battle of Wishes was not in it.
Oh.
They changed that between me seeing it for the first time this year and the second time seeing it. So within a week, it was still Jelly Bean.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So you probably caught the last Jelly Bean.
I caught one of the last Jelly Beans. And the reason I remember that is because Chris saw Jelly Bean and we were talking about it. We were talking about certain things that happen that are really funny.
Lol.
Well, I can't say it because it spoils the trick.
Yeah, okay. You'll have to tell me.
Okay,
no, this is a trick that's done. I when I say spoilers, we're talking about new show stuff.
Yeah, I still don't want to say it. I mean, I want you to cut it out, but
Let's not talk about it then, because I don't want to cut it out.
No, you don't.
Tell me later.
Yeah. So yeah, but apart from that, the order was pretty much the same.
Yeah,
that's what you. But very very slight changes. So there was polyester. There was Jelly Bean / Battle of Wishes.
Yeah. There
was Donut.
Which I hate that trick so much.
I don't
over
hate. I think it's fine. I think trick wise, it's not my favorite. If on the order stuff, I would cut that before a lot of the other things. But I think seeing Teller come out with the shroud over him, like Matt King's fucking cloak of invisibility, I love him. I just love him so much.
It's still funny, but I've just seen it too many times now, and it's like, this is 5 minutes that could be something else.
Goldfish is always in there, always a spectacular trick.
Yep. The Miser's Dream. Yep.
Miser's Dream. Entropy.
Entropy. That's another new one. Entropy is
such
insane.
A weird ass fucking bit.
I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want anything to be ruined for anyone who sees it.
The only thing I will say about it is there's a part of Entropy that involves Penn playing drums. Yes. Penn did not play drums that first time that I saw it. And I asked him about that. And there's a reason that he's suddenly added playing drums. And it makes me laugh a lot.
Teller is useless.
Because...
at rhythm.
And I literally said, I was like, did you add that in because of somebody's certain lack of rhythm? And he went, yes!
Yeah.
I'm like, that fucking cracks me up. I love it.
But Teller wasn't playing the drums at that part, was he?
No, he was doing other things that involved him keeping rhythm. Teller's doing exactly... Teller's bit did not change.
Okay, because if Teller's bit did not change, and you're saying that Teller's bit does involve keeping rhythm, no, it doesn't. Not
does.
by my eye.
I mean, were you watching the same trick?
When I say rhythm, I mean like keeping to a beat. Rhythm.
Okay, rhythm is the wrong word. Timing.
Yeah. Timing, yes, absolutely.
Teller has no sense of timing and or rhythm. And I love him to death. He's very talented at a lot of things. That is not one of them. That is what I meant. And that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to disagree with you there because I think Teller has perfect comedic timing.
Oh, comedic timing. Perfect, yeah. Anything that involves any kind of musical skill whatsoever. I mean, it's a goddamn fucking miracle that the Unpleasant World of Penn and Teller theme is the way it is.
Yeah.
Let's be
editing.
honest.
The magic of editing. That's the real magic.
Yep.
A trick that did stay and I think should always stay. Espanol.
I love Espanol.
And it is so different from when we first saw it because Penn speaks so much Spanish now.
Penn is getting so smooth and fluent with the Spanish, like in comparison, because that's been there every year that I've been there so far.
Yes.
So 3 years in a row. And in comparison to the first year, holy shit.
Well, the first year was good though because he didn't really speak any Spanish.
Yeah.
And it seemed... It's a bit different. The flow is different. Yeah, it was genuine because the premise is that they've just bought a new trick online or from, I can't remember who.
Woody.
Woody. Yep.
Woody Aragon.
Aragon, yeah. And they open it up there on stage to do it, and all the instructions are in Spanish. Yeah. And Penn is using his little bit of Spanish knowledge to stumble through the trick. Yeah. Oh, something funny. I think it was the last day. I think, it was the last day in Vegas. In an Uber. And the Uber driver asked if we spoke Spanish. And it's like, no, we don't. Because he's like, oh, I'm from Cuba. I'm like, oh, okay. And so my English not very good. So it was like trying to, like, a little bit like miscommunication and getting there. But perfect, because, I mean, know a little bit of Spanish from just knowing a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah, context clues.
Minute.
You can work a lot on.
Yeah, exactly. But the whole trip, all I could think was, mano means monkey. Mano means hand. That kept on going through my head over and over again.
Every time I see that trick, all I think is, oh, I got a lot of stuff wrong.
Yeah.
And I always count how long it is in between. And it's always funnier when it's 5 or more seconds. Yeah. Always funnier. And I think that was Matt's suggestion. It was like, hold it. And he's right. It is funny. Yeah. But, fuck, I was going to say something about... obviously, this isn't a spoiler for the trick because it's very obvious. The person in the gorilla costume, okay, when they said Senor Mono away, do you know who that is?
It's Zeke, yeah?
That's Zeke. For anybody who doesn't know, Zeke works for the Penn and Teller organisation, and Zeke used to play Grimace.
He was a Grimace.
He was Grimace.
Wow.
That's why he's so good at it. He loves doing shit like that, and he's really good at it. He's been doing it for years.
So like Teller, he just likes getting in a costume.
Teller just likes being in a costume.
Yeah. What else was there? Trick-wise. I mean, Slide of Fate was gone. I don't even think that was there last year. That was just the first year, I
missed that. I did like that. And I missed Penn and Teller's big game, which had Teller levitating.
Oh, yeah. Green screen is also gone.
Green screen. I genuinely think that's because it fucks Teller's back up too much. Yep. That man is small and fragile and made of glass and porcelain, and we must protect him at all costs.
Does Penn have any solo bits in the show?
I don't think so.
I can't think of any.
There's moments where he's on stage alone.
Yeah, where he can talk, where he talks a little bit. Yeah.
Three Stooges is a bit, which Penn is so fucking excited about.
Three Stooges, the books of the Bible. No.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah, the Stooges is books of the Bible.
Stooges is books of the Bible.
But then there's the balloons.
Balloons is coincidence.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. That was really funny the first time I seen that because somebody burst their balloon on stage. After
when
being
he
told
says
not
don't
to.
do it.
He was really angry. He was really angry.
No kidding. Because he kept on saying, this is the third time we've done this trick. It's worked. Oh, this will be the fourth time we've done the trick. It's worked twice so far.
Yeah. It's...
I believe that.
Yeah. He's like, you just fucked up the whole trick. Pick up the card. Stay there.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Ben. There was also the first time I seen it, the kid that they got for polyester. No, that would have been the second time. The kid they got for polyester was less than ideal.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Less than ideal, and Penn was not impressed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's... What else was there in it? What was their closer? Closer's Elsie. Closer's Elsie.
Which I can leave Elsie. I say it's hard for me. Elsie hurts me a bit because I never got to see Magic Bullet. And that was their closer forever, and they'll never do it again.
No.
Yeah.
Elsie, I enjoy because it's an opportunity to go up on stage, and I like just getting up on stage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I like seeing all the little kids try and figure it out. It's very cute. Yes. I love the little films that come up, like when you're not on stage, that you can see.
Chris, that have been so old now.
Yeah, because Chris stayed back the first time so he could watch the trick from the seats and see the films. And the second time, I was like, "You're coming up on stage," and he was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
What else was there?
I honestly can't remember. I should have written down the tricks as they happened.
Yeah. But there was, I mean, it's always a great, I love the Penn and Teller show, and I would literally sit and, whenever people ask me about it, I'm like, I study that show like I'm getting an exam on it.
Yeah.
Which is true. And I've even, because Mox is like, why the fuck do you want to go see the show again? And I'm like, because I thought I would never ever see it in my lifetime, so I'm taking the opportunity to see it.
Yeah.
It's like, I cried when I played VR for the first time because I was like, this is as close as I'll get to sit in the Penn and Teller theatre.
On the stage, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I do love, like, even, I know how certain aspects of the trick work. And I like that. I like seeing them do the moves. And I like when I don't see them do the moves because I'm like, you're so fucking talented. Look at you. Look at you. You're just two funky little guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, fucking love that show, man.
Oh, big change. A big change. Of course. Set drinkware.
Yes.
The drinkware has changed to new big tumblers because I think our theory is they only had these smaller sized tumblers for so long and that they were just selling them at the regular price of drinks to get rid of them.
Yes.
Yeah. And
but that was 2 years. That was 2 years in a row that they were still.
Yeah. And now, what was it, $36 for an alcoholic beverage in this big ass cup?
Oh, I don't know, because mine's wasn't $36. Mine's was like $10.
Yeah, well, you're getting non-alcoholic.
I was getting a non-alcoholic, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like $36 for this with alcohol in. How
much was an alcoholic drink before that?
Well, this was the big size. It was like 20 something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the non-alcoholic was about $7, $6 or $7. Yeah. So it wasn't that huge. I was like, yeah, okay. The thing that annoys me about it, and annoys is a strong word, they didn't change Penn's picture.
Right? It's so fucking annoying that it's...
I mentioned this to Mox, who then was speaking to Penn on the phone. They went, they changed the cups, but didn't change your picture. You deserve better.
Surely they've got artists on staff, right? Because this is clearly a photo that has been turned into artwork.
Well, not only that, right? They recently updated. They've recently added a new pin or replaced a pin to the profile.
Pin, yes, yeah.
You know, why not use that?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, it would work fine. But yep,
microphone abuse.
I got my I'm forgetting all the bits. I got my big cup that I purchased.
Mm-hmm.
Collected some extras that people left behind for some fucking stupid reason.
Yep.
Brought them home. So glassware has been replenished for another year.
And what I will say is I ended up having so many of the little ones that I took them into work. So I now have a stack of 4 in my work. And the other day I was like, I don't have my flask with me. I was like, but you know what I do have? I do have a Penn and Teller cup, and we do have a cool water fountain. Fuck yes, I was so fucking happy. So
I ended up with so many of those small ones, I gave them away, and I still have 5, and 2 of them are broken now.
I think I have about 12 of the small ones.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they're somewhere.
Wow.
But about two of the bigger ones.
3 for me. Got 3 of the big ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess that's our Penn and Teller wrap up, I guess. It's sort of... that was chronologically correct, but not correct at the same time. But relevant.
Will I talk more about... Will we just do all the Penn and Teller stuff just now?
Just the show, I guess. Oh, yeah, like anything to do with going to see Penn and Teller, sure.
Yeah. So the second time Chris and I went, Mox was like, wait there, Glenn will come and get you. And I'm like, ooh, exciting. So yeah, we were... Oh no, I think Mox just said someone will come and get you. So I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And then Glenn appeared, and I'm like, Glenn! And this is after... This is during Scoop Fest. So Jock versus Nerd Bowl. I was trying to figure out why you and Kez weren't there.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because we went... Because I think it was like Chris's second last night. I was like, I want to go see Penn and Teller again. I'm not fussed about going to the Jock versus Nerd Bowl. I'll go here. So bearing in mind that during the day, Penn had been to Scoop Fest and recorded Penn Sunday School, where he had said the words, I don't particularly like hanging out backstage after. I just want to go home. Mox texted and said, Glenn will come and get you. My dad will be waiting backstage. And I'm like, he doesn't have to. He really doesn't. I was like, I just heard you a couple hours ago saying you don't like this. I appreciate it. But what was really sweet is, so we walked backstage. Jonesy walked past because he had people there and he was like, hi, and gave me a hug.
Jonesy.
And I'm like, no, hi, Jonesy. You're so... Also, can I just say the backstage of the Penn and Teller Theatre smells so fucking good. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of cleaner they use, but it smells so fucking good.
Look, to me, it still smells, I mean, not quite hospital grade, but it is hospital reminiscent.
Oh my God. I don't know. It doesn't to me. It smells like I don't know what kind of clean candle they're using in that place. I don't know what kind of aftershave Glen Ally is spraying in there, but holy shit. I'm like, every time I go in there.
What it is, they've still got one of those like old school bagged vacuum cleaners that would like put out a scent at the same time while you vacuumed.
Probably.
Because the Rio, sure, they're getting upgrades, but they just haven't upgraded their vacuum cleaner for the Penn and Teller Theatre.
Probably. So, get back there. Glenn takes us to the back room, to the monkey room, and Penn's sitting there, and I walk in and he goes, hi, Brogan, and I'm like,
yeah,
you recognise me?
He also knew you were coming.
He also knew I was coming. But he's slowly getting to the point that he recognises me and knows who I am, which is really, really cute. So
even if it's just based on your height, hairstyle, etc.
Proximity to Mox.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about that. Glenn Mox often comes back. Now, bearing in mind, I'd given Penn the trading cards for him and Teller and Glenn at Scoop Fest. So Glenn comes back, holds up his face. He's like, I've never been a trading card before. And I'm like, it's what you deserve, Glenn Ally. So that was really cute. Got to talk to him there. And Glenn was like, where? It was the way Glenn asked this, right? Glenn says, how long are you in Vegas? And I'm like, 3 weeks. He's like, where are you staying? It's like, the Rio, Glenn. Where the fuck do you think I'm staying? I don't want to get an Uber to the Penn and Teller show. And he went, are you in one of the new rooms at least? And I'm like, no, I have a shower window.
Shower window.
And he looked at me and went, would you like to be? And I'm like,
yeah.
Glenn, I don't think that's possible because from what I heard with EDC, but if you can, you're a fucking miracle worker and I believe in you. Yes, I would like that. 2 days later, the day after Chris leaves, get an email from Glenn.
Yes.
Go collect your new keys. And I'm like, I love you, Glenn.
Sorry, Chris. You had to deal with the shower window.
I know. So that was really sweet. So we love and support Glen Ally in this house. He deserves to be a Funko Pop. He deserves to be a trading card. He deserves all the things. He is the true ally. And in this Pride Month, we acknowledge that and we support it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really sweet.
I think there'll be something I'll talk about Penn and Teller later on, but then the only other thing is, because I only went twice. I went once after Scoop Fest, and then...
You went with the Scoops, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go with the Scoops. I went
You were there at the same time as Scoops.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And I wasn't even sold that I was going to go. I was thinking, it's Scoop Fest, a lot of people are going, it's a good opportunity to say bye to people or whatever. Yeah. I knew that because there's some new friends that were going to be there and stuff, so yeah. And at the very least, maybe look at merch and yeah. But then when we were standing around, Kez looked online and was like, they're not performing again until like, what was it, the 23rd.
I remember you texting me saying that we're not going to go, and then like 20 minutes later, they're not performing again until the 23rd, and I'm like, I thought you knew that.
Yeah. So we bought tickets, obviously, and then we went again towards the end of the trip, like the day before we left, I think.
Yeah.
The
Saturday, because that was when I was like, I'm going to see them again.
Yeah. And also Piff the Magic Dragon was there, which we mistakenly identified him as someone else.
Kez was
100%.
Kez was 100% convinced this guy at the back in the booths was Piff, and I could kind of see it from far away. And then I was like, "That's not his face." I was like,
"No,
it was. He's too skinny."
Yeah, I'm not calling Piff fat, but yeah, too skinny to be Piff.
This
and
guy
too tall.
was gangly.
Yeah, different face shape as well. But yeah, we didn't spot him, and that kind of was one of the reasons why we didn't want to go back to the monkey room, because Piff was obviously there, and it's like, Piff, I'm not going to say why, but Piff
had business reasons
related stuff going on. So it's like, it would just be awkward just to do that. And also, you were also like,
I was like,
we don't want to just barge in.
I unless I am escorted back there by either Mox, Glenn, or someone else, I am not just walking backstage. I was like, unless it's tough. It's not only, I feel it's so rude and takes advantage. I'm so worried about. I'm. You and I are in very privileged positions where we know people with shows and we know we can get, cheap to free tickets. Yeah. But we hate asking. We hate asking.
Oh, it's tough.
And if there's any indication that the tickets will not be free, it's the subject matter is dropped, because we talked about it and I kind of fished about it for the last night, and I was like, nope, buying tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't care if Glenn Ally shouts at me. He needs to give me constant reassurance that it's okay.
He can just refund you.
He can give me Penn and Teller merch.
All right, we're about 40 minutes in, and I think we've gotten through your day one and Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
At least my day one is a little bit more straightforward.
Tell me about your day one.
It's technically my day 8 in America, but it's day 1 of Vegas. So spent a week in Anaheim, did 3 days in Disneyland. Oh my fucking God, there is shit to talk about. I don't even know if you know, but this is after Vegas. We'll talk about this at a later date.
Okay.
But yeah, drive to Vegas, right?
Yes.
Nothing really eventful on the drive. Pleasant as always. Did pass a Cybertruck very quickly because I was concerned it was either going to explode or the metal siding was going to fall off to expose the plastic, and in the explosion would cause chlorine gas and kill everyone in close proximity.
Of course.
Yeah. Did stop for lunch at Raising Cane's for the Texas toast and those chicken fingers. That was the only time we went to Raising Cane's, and I'm fine with that. I think I'm over Raising Cane's.
Fair enough.
Yep. And then we got to Vegas, and that's right. We didn't go straight to the Rio. We went to the Orleans Hotel and Casino. That's why we were not in proximity of you to go have dinner at the Burro Borracho. Burro Borracho, etc. But yeah, so we were like not really knowing what to do because they checked us in early at the Orleans, which was great. It was just the Orleans. You know what to expect. It's a suitable enough room. It's good enough. Also has a shower window, but to the outside, not into the So
you need to put your TV
bedroom.
outside to watch your cartoons.
That's right. That is very much so. But you get a nice view of the mountains, depending on where your room is situated. So we're like, all right, what's the time? It's like 7:30. It's too late to even go and see the Piff show. But you know what? Maybe we can just go down to the Flamingo, catch Piff and Jade after the show, have a bit of chat so they know we're in town, and then we'll go have dinner somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We sort of, me and Kez bombarded Piff and Jade after their show. We still, of course, had to wait around because we always wait until the end of the line of the meet and greet for Piff, Jade, and Mr. Piffles.
Yeah.
Every time.
I think we experienced that quite a lot where, like even this year, where people just kept adding to the queue and we're like, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. And I think the first time we were a little bit coy about it. It's like, oh, you can go in front of us. You can go in front of us.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh, we're friends with Piff, so you go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It's just easier to make people go ahead that way.
Yeah.
And it's not a lie. So
it's not. No, it's like,
yeah.
We're going to be talking to them afterwards. We don't want to hold up a queue. You get your stuff and done.
Yeah. Yeah. Saw them, then went to Yard House, because we really enjoyed Yard House.
We did.
When we went, right? Because last year was Jock vs. Nerd Day. We went with the boys from Ice Cream Social, and we went again on our own.
We did.
This year, I wasn't as impressed. We got 2 appetizers, I think. I can't remember what they were. And I had an Atomic Duck beer, which I'm kind of sad I didn't make it down to the Atomic Duck Brewery downtown. But at least I got to have an Atomic Duck beer. And then, that's it. That was my day 1. That is it. But day 2 is where our worlds merged and collide. And we form one entity.
So Chris and I were up very early. And this was when I was like, Chris, can we go for pancakes? And he was like, okay, cool. So we went to Baby Stacks. And apparently there's a Baby Stacks like a 15-minute walk from the Rio. Like, what the fuck?
That's a walk, though. It's a walk.
It's a walk, but it's not as bad as I remember the first year I went, it was like a 25-minute drive to the Baby Stacks I went to. So the fact that there was one close.
Yeah, we went to a Baby Stacks, and it was tough. It was tough going. Because
I remember trying to walk back, and I walked for 45 minutes and then got an Uber the first year.
Yeah, fucking hell.
But so I went to Baby Stacks, and they do ube pancakes now.
Ube, that's that blue, the purple, the sweet potato thing?
Purple sweet potato thing. Yeah. And I've seen it on like cartoons and TV and stuff, and I've like always wanted to try it. It was so good. It was so fucking good.
I've had ube bubble tea stuff before. I liked it.
I'd never had any ube stuff before. These were ube pancakes with white chocolate drizzle, ube drizzle, and macadamias. And I was like, this is so fucking good. It was amazing. And then, because I think by that point you guys were like, we'll be ready at about this time. And we were still like 3.5 hours away.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Because it was just going to be, have a catch up, say hi, how you doing for the first time.
Yeah.
Gift exchange, that's what it was.
That's what it was, yes. Because we always bring each other gifts. So
we do. And I feel terrible because aside from the Iron Brew Jelly Babies, right now I can't bring to mind anything I received.
I can't remember what I gave you either.
Hydra shirt. There was a Hydra shirt. Team Hydra shirt.
Trading cards.
Oh yeah, trading cards, of course.
I think I probably gave you other stuff, but I genuinely can't remember.
What did I give you? I think I gave you a water paint, paint with water Pokemon book.
You gave me. I think you won the gift exchange this year.
Oh, okay. What did I give you?
Give on loan.
Yeah.
You gave me
in your possession currently.
Now, currently in my possession, a Game Boy Advance SP.
Yeah, scratched.
Yep. I booted it up when I got home. I put in Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors, and that tune, I was like, oh, this is amazing!
And you know what? The battery was probably full because I charged it about 3 or 4 months prior, so it's still probably full.
Oh yeah,
no lie, it hadn't been turned on for 10 years.
That's amazing.
And I turn it on without charging it because I couldn't find the charger, and it just turns on.
I love Nintendo.
Yeah. I had to buy a USB charger because I couldn't find the charger.
Honestly. So yeah, I really loved that. But we're getting slightly off topic. Because
Yes.
we had 4 hours before we were meeting up with you guys. And Chris...
Oh, yes.
I said to Chris, I was like, I don't really want to go back to the Rio and just hang about for that time. It was like, why don't we go... I was like, do we have enough time to go to Red Rock? And he was like...
Oh, that was that day.
That was that day. And he was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, of course you do.
So we drove down to...
It's only like 20 minutes out of town.
Well, it's not so much how much time it is to get there. It's how much time do you want to spend there?
Yeah.
So we went there, and it was so there's two parts to it. You have to pay to get in, which I didn't know.
It's like $10 a car.
$10 a car. You get in, you drive up to the visitor centre, and there's like a path bit where it's got some explanations. You can see all around, but it's got this bit where it's like a long pathway and then a big circle bit. And I went out there and I stood there, and it was so quiet and peaceful. I cannot even begin to describe the lack of noise.
Yeah.
It was like a noise vacuum. And I turned to Chris and I was like, I've never felt so at peace in my entire life. And he was like, I know what you mean. So that was amazing. I could have stayed there.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
It's a very nice place. So we went back to the car and we drove round the trail.
Yeah.
So it's about 15 miles, I want to say. But you can stop off at certain points and go and like go on trails and climb the mountains. So we stopped off at one which I thought was maybe a bit less busy. Climbed up a little bit of the mountain. I was like, I've touched the mountain.
Yeah,
I'm happy now.
There you go.
And then just drove. It was just nice to drive round, to be honest. It's a good drive. And we were watching people cycling. We both said, like, honestly, if we had this nearby, I would cycle more. I would walk more.
It's not an easy cycle. There are hills.
Oh, 100%. But like the view and stuff, and it's just fair enough. Like, even if drove out, take the bike, drive round, drive to a certain point, take the bike out, cycle round a bit, and then drive back. So, but yeah, that was good. And then we went from there and went and met you guys. What did we do when we met?
Hang on. Did you go outside the visitor centre?
Yes.
And look for the turtles?
Yes, I got a picture of the turtle.
Good. And you got a turtle coin, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, good. So let's see what we're looking at. What did I do that morning? I took the car back, the hire car, got a Uber driver who was hearing impaired, and the nav voice on his maps program was sassy.
Ooh.
And I don't even know if he could hear it. There we go. Saw Brogan and Chris for the first time. We did a gift exchange. Oh, you also got a bidoof.
I did get a bidoof.
Yeah, so we've got matching bidoofs now.
Mine's still in my room because I have hardly unpacked.
Yeah,
I'm still in the unpacking process, but he is in my room.
We unpacked that day when we got home.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Then I think Mox showed up.
Did he?
Because, we went with Mox to Container Park.
Oh, yes! Yes, we did. So that must mean that the day before, Chris and I must have gone downtown because we had been to Mob Museum. You went to the Mob Museum, yeah.
So and we went sort of rushed through it for some reason, because you had to go to Penn and Teller.
I think maybe, yeah. I can't remember exactly why, but it was busy. So we couldn't really see a lot anyway.
Yeah. But we went to Container Park.
So Mox must mean that we went to Container Park, went to House of a Thousand Pens, which...
It's our haunt, yep.
Love that place so much.
What pins did you take home this time?
Oh, I got a couple of cool Pokemon ones. I genuinely can't remember off the top of my head. I bought pins everywhere. So I'll have to...
Yeah. That's what we do. We buy pins.
They're through in my room. I actually need to go and get a better corkboard, pinboard.
Yeah.
For them.
What did I get? I got a Thwomp, one of these guys. Mm-hmm. I got a fox with a knife in its mouth.
Yep.
And I got I was tossing up between some other Mario ones, and I picked up Mario because earlier Mox saw my Bowser tattoo and was very taken by it.
Mox constantly refers to it as your Bowser tramp stamp. It's not a tramp stamp, it is on your arm.
It's on my arm. Yeah, but also felt the desire to want to stroke his beautiful face, and who can blame? And then I picked up one of the pins, and it was the cover for Super Mario Bros. 3. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get this one. And Mox is like, oh, so which is your favorite Mario game? I was like, yeah,
this one.
I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mox got a lot of pins while we were there, though.
Yeah,
as well, including one that was a black and white poodle, and went, "This is Tater. I'm getting this for my dad." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
your dad is indifferent to Tater at best."
Yeah, look. Mox even says, and I've always felt this as well, that is just not true. And him and the dog get along fine, and he loves the dog.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to describe it, but. Like the dog is maybe a bit strong.
Okay. All right.
I don't live with them, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. From there, we split ways, though, while we were downtown. You and Mox went and checked out the Mob Museum. You went again, so you could actually do it properly.
Yeah.
And then me, Kez, and Chris, we just walked down the Fremont Street Experience. Didn't really go into any stores or anything. We just did the laps. Were cautious of not walking under Slotzilla so people wouldn't projectile vomit all over us. But we got down to the end of the Fremont Street Experience, where I don't think Chris had ever been before. And it's like, that means you haven't seen Biff's. It's like, what are you talking about? I was like, the Plaza Hotel and Casino. Back to the Future Part 2. That's the casino. That is Piff's Pleasure Palace.
Piff's Pleasure Palace?
Wow. Ah, yes, I misspoke too early because that was the joke we made, that it should be Piff's Pleasure Palace, or better so, Jade's Pleasure Palace with
and
the Piff
brackets,
carousel bar.
Because Steven Spielberg or Robert Zemeckis?
Robert Zemeckis.
Because Robert Zemeckis is very, very litigious, and we couldn't use Piff's Pleasure Palace. Like, that entire thing in brackets underneath. But we all know Jade runs the show.
Yeah. But what I did do, because my phone can, because we went to Evil Pie as well, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't write it down, because when we were there, Chris doesn't like to be in photos, right?
Yeah.
So I took a photo of him and then used my Samsung whatever wand, and it just digitally edits him out of the photo. I was like, look at this cool photo I took of you. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because we went from Container Park to Evil Pie, and then that's where we're talking about Mon Museum. That's funny. And
then I did this. Go on.
I was going to say, there's, because Mox does a lot of TikToks, and there's a couple of TikToks where one of the pictures is one he took at Evil Pie, and I'm like, I was sitting next to you when you took that picture.
Mm-hmm. But then, I did the same thing with Chris, because like we were talking about it being Biff's. I just, it erased the Plaza logo, and I just wrote Biff's over the top of it.
Nice.
There you go. There's something I should post to the socials, I guess.
And you got Pink Box.
Yes, we went to Pink Box Donut, but we had eaten Evil Pie previously, and we were going to go to dinner afterwards. We got one donut and split it between the three of us.
Yep.
It was a Snickers something. Tasted like a Snickers, surprisingly.
Because when we left there, I was like, we'll meet you guys at Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Because I said to Mox, I was like, I want to go to dinner at Olive Garden. Do you want to come? And he went, yes. Can I bring my friend Ronnie? And I was like, fuck yeah, you can.
We met Ronnie.
So you, Kez and Chris drove there. Mox and I drove to Planet Hollywood to pick up Ronnie from work, and then took them to...
Yeah.
I love Ronnie. She's so sweet. She's so nice.
Yeah.
All of Mox's friends are so nice.
Very easy to talk to, Ronnie was. Yeah. But yeah, we had Olive Garden. I mean, what do we got to say? I had a soup with spicy sausage that was less spicy than advertised.
I just got my usual pasta Alfredo. Love it.
Yep. And all them breadsticks.
All damn breadsticks.
Olive Garden choc mint thingies.
Which I don't eat.
Aww.
I'm not.
Oh, well.
I like chocolate and mint, but only in certain situations. I prefer it in ice cream, to be honest.
Yep. This was a very busy day, and we're not even through it yet.
Yeah.
Because do you remember what we did after Olive Garden?
No.
We went to our first podcast recording.
Oh, fuck. So we did.
Yep. because I think it was a Monday or whatever stupid day they record on.
Did we take mocks to that?
We did take mocks.
We did.
Yeah, I think. Did we? I can't remember.
I think mocks left first because they took Ronnie home. But I think
No, we did not take Mox. Mox was with us the second time at
Mox
Pod
was with us the
Therapy.
second time. I ended
but not
up
the third.
I ended up taking Mox to a lot of podcast recordings, and I'm like,
Yes,
you're
yeah.
like, they don't have a choice. You're just coming with us.
We've got to say, yes, Mox. We want Mox on Hey Buddy Nice Podcast, and he wants to be on Hey Buddy Nice Podcast as well. But what I want to say is that on everything that they spoke on a microphone they know what they're doing. They're entertaining, funny, know
100%.
how to handle themselves.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Interesting to listen to is what it is. But yeah, we went to Pod Therapy. There was a crowd at Pod Therapy, which was fine. Was able to live with that. We did not feel like... this is not quite how I want to say it. I was going to say we didn't feel obliged to have to speak on microphone. I'm thinking what I mean is I'm glad there were so many people there, and it was like still early on in Vegas that we weren't asked to speak on a microphone.
Yeah, because we went there and we had gifts for the boys. We didn't even take the gifts for the boys because we were aware that there was going to be other people there. And we're we're just going to hang back for a little bit.
Theropods, producers, whatever we are called, people who support Pod Therapy.
Depending on the Patreon level.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tough one.
Yep.
I'm the $2 level.
The thing I remember about it is Nick doing connections questions, and the very last one, me being on Jacob's team and getting it right for the 10,000 points.
Oh, yeah. After I got so many fucking questions right as well. That was so stupid. Like the cactuses, for example.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I think I got a couple as well. I remember getting a couple.
Yeah. It was heavy you and I answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was so
teamed
proud
with
of myself. You were teamed with Jim. I was teamed with Jacob. Jacob and I kicked ass in that game.
Now, it was our second visit to the churn for Pod Therapy that there was frames involved. If so, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
We'll get to when we get to week 2.
Yeah, exactly. And then from there, we went to the bar Whiskey with a whole bunch of people that were in churn, including Jacob, Whitney, Nick, and Jim.
Yep.
I want to say, I enjoy talking with Whitney. I enjoy talking with Jim as well, even though sometimes it sounds like that... we, I don't know.
We bully Jim.
Feuding. Yeah, that's it, yeah. And Nick, very easy to talk to. Jacob, I mean, he is Jacob. Piece of piss. I rode with Jacob to Whiskey because I wanted to know what it was like to be in his truck. And that thing is fucking huge.
I fucking bet it looks it.
Yeah. And we got to Whiskey, and me and Jacob walk in, and you know our usual seat near the fireplace?
Gone.
People were already there, yeah. Rude. And Jacob's like, oh, there's people in our seat. Oh, well. So we approach the bar, and Jacob orders us a couple of drinks. And the bartender's like, sorry, there's people in your seat. I'll go move them. And Jacob's like,
really?
No, they were here first. It's fine. There's a lot of us tonight. We'll go sit at a table.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. Privileged Jacob and Pod Therapy, huh?
Love it.
Oh, there we go. It came to fruition, my prize for winning the March Madness as well at Pod Therapy, which was the Pod Therapy t-shirt. So thank you very much, Nick, for organising that for me. It was the Pod Therapy After Dark was the one I selected, and I love it. It's a great shirt.
It's a good shirt.
Yeah. I never ended up fulfilling the clause that I could take anything from the churn.
Yep.
Because... there was nothing I wanted. You know what I wanted.
I know what you wanted, but no.
Yeah, yep.
We're now up to Tuesday.
Yeah, we're up to the next day. And Mr. Paul Mattingly came to town.
Paul came to town. Chris and I went to pick him up. That was...
yeah, and you guys went straight to...
oh, we took him to Walmart.
The comic store. Oh, you went to Walmart first, yeah.
We always have to take him to Walmart because there's certain things that...
you need stuff.
Yeah, he only has a carry-on. So he had to go get a couple of things, and then I think we went to the comic store from there.
Yeah.
And we went to a couple of
To
places.
Ralph's.
We went to Ralph's. Oh,
and then we met you there at the toy store next door.
Yeah, because I messaged you when we were at Walmart. And I was like, so you're not at Walmart? I was like, we're going to the comic shop. We're at the comic shop. We're in the toy shop. And I was like,
yeah. I can't remember what the delays were that day.
I think
the
Uber.
Reason.
I have a funny feeling you said the Uber took a long time to.
Yeah, there was a bit of stuff going on.
But
yeah, at the toy store, did you make any purchases there? I think you did. Maybe some pins.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a pin.
Yeah, I purchased a pin there.
You did.
Because it was just a fucking pin of me, of my goddamn head. I don't understand it.
It was an off-color Thor from Thor Ragnarok to the off-color enough that it looked like you.
Yeah, so that's something else we'll have to post to the socials as well.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing else really happened that day. Later that night, because I'd been to speak to...
No, did we not go to see Piff?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, right. That's what I was going to say. No, just because I remember...
I said that night.
Right, okay, because Paul came back to our room, Chris and I's room.
Yeah.
I downloaded Balatro, handed in my Nintendo Switch.
Get Balatro.
I was forced to get to Balatro, and then handed my Nintendo Switch to Paul. And, this is even better, because we had gone out for food with Paul.
That's right. We went to Kung Fu Trash Panda Express.
We went to Kung Fu Trash Panda Express. You got that. And while we were there, Chris looks at me and goes, and he's like making a face, and I'm like, what? He's like, I've got something. And I was like, you're making me nervous. What have you got? He's like, I have to show you it later. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So, we get back to the room, and, Paul's playing Balatro, you and Kez are there. And Chris is like, I'm going to send you a thing. And I'm like, okay. And I open up my phone and I scream.
Yes.
I scream.
Yeah.
And I have to take myself off to round the corner to the entrance of the bathroom, sit on the floor and watch this video because Chris got me for my birthday a cameo from Lauren Lane.
That's right.
And I cannot even be. I was crying. I was curled up on the floor. It's like a minute and a half long, and I watched it 3 or 4 times, and I came back out and I hugged him. And Paul's what is wrong with you?
We were walking Fremont Street Experience when Chris got the notification that Lauren Lane was once again doing cameo requests.
It was that
He was
quick.
so excited.
Oh my God.
Yes, yeah, it was the next day. So I knew it was coming, and glad it happened.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I think he felt a little bit guilty because he brought my birthday presents to Vegas. One of them was a Hero Clicks Professor Moriarty from Star Trek. I was really excited about that. The other thing was what's his face? David Copperfield book.
Oh, book. Yeah.
That's signed.
Yep.
And I opened it and I was like, I love this. I have it. And he went, God damn it, I knew it.
Yeah. I mean, there's reasons why we no longer loving David Copperfield. Not that we loved David Copperfield before, but yeah.
I mean, David Copperfield, at the end of the day, separate the art from the artist.
We walked through the MGM, when we were walking the strip and we walked through just to walk out of it, to get around it. We flipped him off.
We did.
Flipped off the poster of him. I think that's an important thing to do.
Yes. But at the end of the day, whether or not that book signed is going to be worth money.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's
right.
too big in magic. So
Is it, though? Is there not a lot of them?
Not of his.
Okay.
No. But anyway, he's very big in magic, so it's going to be worth a bit of money at some point. So I was so excited about that. I like literally like shaking. Like I still watch it in the way, and she says my name, and I love her
like 17 times.
And I was so excited. So once again, thank you, Chris. I love you. You. Thank you.
Oh, that's right. Also part of the gift exchange. Piff shirts.
Oh, yes.
Because we went to the Piff show wearing my Piff comic design shirts.
Yes.
You had the world's okayest dad.
Which I insisted.
Me and Chris had legit mythical creature.
Yep.
And Kez had the real star of the show, Mr. Piffles.
Yep.
And we also brought along the I Love Miss Jade Simone shirt as well to show off.
The funniest thing about this is Chris stood in our room ironing these t-shirts before we put them on.
Oh, yeah. It's like they didn't really need an iron. It's like, dude.
I applaud your commitment.
I just needed something to do.
I love it. Love it so much. We did wear these. Yeah. I think Paul was like, I love this.
Yeah, because Paul came along as well, because I'd organised the day before the tickets for us and Mox, and then I got the message, Paul wants to come along too.
Yeah.
So I've had to message again and be like, can we get another ticket, please? You know, the awkwardness. Mm-hmm. And then tickets were sent through, and then it's like, oh, Smitty and Jess also coming to the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I've already got the tickets. There's nothing more I can do.
Yeah.
I
kind of knew that when I messaged you, but I was like, if I can't just say no without checking. Whereas at least if you say you've got the tickets, it's not.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel bad. It would have been nice to have them there, but it's.
Yeah. But hey, at least after the show, when we what happened? Did we even line up at all, or did Piff's stage manager just take us straight out back?
I think Piff's stage manager just kidnapped us.
Yeah, just kidnapped us, took us all, including Jess and Smitty, and his name's escaped my head.
Is it GDX Falcon?
Yeah.
Larry
was there as well.
Larry was there.
Yeah, so we're just taken straight up to the dressing room, green room, whatever you want to call it. It's both.
Yeah.
And it has been redone and it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
But also, our stickers are on the walls.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Our stuff is on the walls. But there wasn't a Piff comic in the room, which was surprising.
Oh, you're thinking about that kind of thing. Where I'm going in my head is puppies.
Yes, there were puppies.
That's the first time I've met Tui and Threador.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Threador is such a fatty.
Oh, that's putting it mildly. That is a chunky boy.
2.5 times the size of Piffles, at
not
least.
Not even an exaggeration. He's such a fat boy. I love him so much.
Yeah.
And he loves everybody. And
he does.
There was a couple of bits where, I had to put him down off the couch and I was like, Jesus Christ, Theodore.
You had to put him down? On a comfy pillow, you snowflakes.
Oh, he's so cuddly, so perfect.
Yeah.
And Tui took a moment to warm up.
Tui took a little bit. He was a bit snappy, growly. There was a lot of people in there.
There was a lot of people,
domain.
and he's not a big fan of men, is he?
Yeah. Don't know.
I that's what I've heard anyway. I think there was a lot of men, and he was like, do not like.
Yeah, Tui was fine when Piffles got there.
Yeah, because Piffles was obviously with Piff and Jade during the meet and greet.
Like, my brother.
Yeah.
That was the end of that day. Next day is a Wednesday. And you know what a Wednesday is? Wednesday is recording day for Ice Cream Social.
It is.
I want to say, I haven't written it down, we have to have gotten Dutch Brothers, right? We did, because Mox was there.
Mox was there. And we're like, we got Dutch Brothers.
Dutch Brothers.
Dutch Brothers is good. Yeah. ICS
It
recording. Mox's first time on ICS.
Yeah.
Which was good, because Mox and I have talked about this, where he's like, I want to be on ICS, but they just haven't invited me. And I'm like, they're not getting a choice.
You don't need an invite to go to the churn. You just fucking show up.
Yeah.
Which the office manager clued onto the third time we were there.
100%.
Second time we were there.
Yeah. She recognised us after the first couple of times we were there. And
I think recognised us from last year.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're little people with funny accents. It's it's like, these people.
Yep.
Around the same time of year.
there was still some other scoop. There was other scoops in town as well for Scoop Fest, so they were also in the churn. And once
they
again,
were privy to me and Mock sitting on the floor playing
Spit and Speed. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Because we were there before Matt, Paul, and Jacob.
Yeah.
We were just fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
But again, glad that there was no pressure to ask us to talk on microphone because the Mox was there. They had Mox to talk on the microphone, which was good. Yeah. Perfect. And hilarious.
As always.
But after that, we went out to sushi with Mox and Paul.
Yes. I'm still not a fan of sushi. It's fine. There's certain things probably, but like I'd had it before in Edinburgh. Like, okay, let me clarify. Obviously, it's vegan sushi I'm talking about.
Yes, yeah.
There's just something in the rice that I don't enjoy. But Mox loves sushi. Paul loves sushi. So
they went to town.
And then Mox was kind of like, I just kind of want to go home. I was like, that's fine. You know?
Yeah.
So Mox dropped me back off. And as we're driving back, he goes, oh, this always happens when I'm with you. And I'm like, what did you eat? And he went, it had sesame in it. And I've got a mild allergy to sesame. And I'm like,
that's right.
Mox! It's like, I need a list of all your allergies. And I need to be able to ask this before you eat anything.
It's an extensive list.
It's a ridiculous list. Like, Mox did actually show us, and we're like,
yes, went through it all.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
A lot of them are mild allergies. The big one is tree nuts. But yeah, he gets an upset stomach if he eats too much sesame stuff, and he wasn't feeling great.
I have a tummy ache.
He had the tummy ache.
And then this is the unofficial start of Scoop Fest. This was the bucket show.
The bucket show. I was going to say, I was like, barbecue? It's like, no, that's the next day.
No, the bucket show.
Bucket show.
We weren't as early as last year. People were already in the lobby of the theatre.
The theatre was open, which is a difference. Last year we stood outside for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. We walked in, sort of went forward. You went in before me. Mm-hmm. I was following you. I'd been in there, 10 seconds, and I feel someone grab my butt. I turn around, and it was, of all people, Laurie Elzeroth.
Really?
And I'm like,
that's not who I thought you were going to
why
say.
did Laurie Elzeroth just grab my butt? And she says, that was from RJ. He told me to grab your butt for him. And she points to RJ, who's just holding court, lounging in a single seat.
We walked past RJ on the way in.
We didn't even see him. And so I was like, fuck that. If RJ wants to grab my butt, he fucking do it himself. So I went and presented. And yes, he grabbed my butt.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the first time seeing RJ in ages, frankly. After last year, incidents, etc.
Because we never seen him in person last year.
I don't think we did.
We didn't. He was ill. The closest we got was...
Wait, no, that was a different bucket show. Yeah.
So RJ, I spoke to RJ on the phone last year, like video time face call.
Yes. Was this at the Paul Mattingly?
Yeah. And then we found out he got COVID and he couldn't do, because we were supposed to be on Two Characters and a Clown. That never happened. Jimmy had to come and pick up the gift stuff, and I brought the post to sign the poster. I took the poster to Johnny at things. So yeah. That's it. The first time in like 2 years that we've seen RJ in person. That's
right. And it was first time that you met patron of ours, Seb Gammy, Sebastian Robbins. I'd met him previously in Perth.
I don't know what I expected him to look like, but that wasn't it. So I was like, oh, cool.
You were not expecting a tall, hairy man?
I was not. I don't know. He wasn't tall in my head. I don't know why.
Yeah, okay. But he had a beard. He still had a beard in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a few Aussies there. There always is.
Yeah.
There was Adam, who I think was a bit into his cups the first time I spoke to him, because he told me the same thing on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah. Adam was very into his cups, at least by the end of the night, because he stopped you as we were walking past. We walked past a bar on the way out.
That's
and
right,
he stopped
yeah.
you to tell you, I think, the same story for the fifth
The
time.
same story, yeah. No, it's just the second time. But I let him continue with it because you hadn't heard it, so yeah.
I don't even remember it.
Well, there you go.
I think Ben Sherman started talking to me at that point, because that's the first time I've met Ben.
Yeah.
So I don't think I heard the story.
Yeah. I think Jesus was there as well. Scoop Jesus.
Yes!
Yeah. So we got to say hi for the first time in a while as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people. There was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
The bucket show, always my favourite thing.
Love the bucket show. I love the bucket show
absolutely.
so much.
Yeah. That's like Penn and Teller. It's like, oh, never thought I'd actually get to see that. That's what bucket show was like for me the first time. So it's always a must do.
Yeah.
Definitely my favourite thing. So the first set was just Matt and Paul doing the usual bucket show shtick, short form kind of things. Then there was an intermission where Uncle RJ took us to get some ice cream.
He did, yeah.
He bought us ice cream.
Well, mostly because I went out to get water because I was dying of thirst and I can't drink beer and all they sell is beer. So I went out to get water.
Yes, they don't sell alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the theatre.
Yeah, to the ice cream place. And then I said to RJ, he's like, where'd you get that? I was like, oh, the ice cream place. He's like, I want ice cream.
Yeah.
And we ended up there and he bought us ice cream.
And we passed Kez coming back on the way.
Yeah.
And she was already holding an ice cream. She was like, I just got ripped the fuck off. I paid like $8 for this and it's tiny.
Oh, because she got the vegan gelato or something.
Vegan Dole Whip, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is where I'm glad I'm not fully vegan.
Yeah. It's because it's just sometimes dairy products and that, and Dole Whip.
Oh,
you know, so,
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I am very careful with how much dairy I take. I don't drink anything with like proper milk or anything in it.
Yeah. And it was while we were there that we showed RJ photos from me from like 2018.
Oh, I think he forgot.
I don't think he really knew. Because we were saying that, I won't have ice cream, I'll just come for the walk, because I probably wouldn't be able to eat much of it anyway. And it's like, what are you talking about? You can eat as much as you want. It's like, no, RJ, we have had the same surgery, sir.
I think you've told him that every single time you've had a conversation with RJ, and he constantly forgets, and I think it's hilarious.
Well, now that he's seen an old photo, it's ingrained in him.
Well, I don't know, because you showed him that photo twice. And the second time, because you showed him it there, and then you showed him it at Two Characters and a Clown.
Oh, he wanted he made when he was making the food, he knew that what was going to be eaten.
No, I meant showing the photo.
Oh yeah, because that was during the recording though, and for the sake of the other people.
Okay, cool. That's okay then. Because I just thought RJ forgot and was like, yeah, believe it.
So then we return after ice cream, and then it's the second showing of the bucket show. And it was different to the first showing. It was a long form.
Which I love.
And had special guests. Yeah, I like traditional bucket show, but I like long form just as much because there's so many callbacks and the scenes are great.
Their long form is always my favourite. I love Spanish Job Song and long form. Two things I adore so much. And yeah, that is the first... I
always like the interrogation, though, as well.
Interrogation's pretty good.
I hate Scene Three Ways. I don't think they did that. Or did they?
No, but Scene Three Ways is the reason that one of my favourite jokes exists of all time.
Okay.
Which is because they did Scene Three Ways when RJ was there.
And
the person that got up to do Scene Three Ways was Big Sexy. And that is where RJ shouting racist came from. Then turned into
Brogan,
Big Sexy.
That is not okay. It's not a joke. That is not a joke.
Oh no! It turned into a bit with Big Sexy because he kept shouting at RJ.
It turned into a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit joke.
Okay, that's fine.
It turned into a thing, and that just it fucking cracks me up. Just a Big Sexy shouting racist.
But part 2 of the bucket show, special guests with Paul and Matt was Matt's wife Sarah Lowe and Casey Wilson, one of the I forgot the character's name from Absinthe.
Oh, Blue Fairy or Wanda?
No, Wanda, one of the Wandas.
I do genuinely get them. I forget that it's Wanda, not Blue Fairy.
The Green Fairy.
Fairy.
Green Fairy. Because Absinthe is the Green Fairy.
Yes.
So yeah, and they stole the show. Absolutely. They stole the show.
100%. I forget. I've never seen Sarah perform anything live.
Yeah.
On anything.
Yeah. No.
And I was like,
no, you're right.
She's so fucking good. She's so good. Like, Matt is an excellent improviser. Sarah is just as good, if not better. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I say this as a Matt Donnelly love and supporter, president of the Matt Donnelly fan club. You know, we love and support Matt Donnelly in this house. I'm like, Sarah Lowe is just, she's amazing.
Yeah. Yep. And then after the show, we chatted with Casey for a little bit as well, which was good.
Yeah. She's a big fan of Scotland, so love it.
And Australia. People always are. We're in the two correct places, I think.
Yeah.
For everybody. But I feel like, Kate, that was just the start of collecting new celebrity friends.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's what we do.
It's what we do.
I tell you something. At work the other day, young guy I work with, he's like asking me about Vegas and stuff like that. And if I had a good time, it's like, yeah, and what I did. And he's like, oh, did you hang out with any celebrities? I was like, dude, the only people I hang out with in Vegas is celebrities.
I was doing the same thing. I was telling stories about Vegas, and they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I am accidentally very well connected.
Yeah, accidentally well connected. I like that. Yeah, 100%. That's what it is. How are we doing? We're at about an hour and a half. I think we might be able to get through official day one of Scoop Fest.
I think we should maybe cut it there.
We cut it there? Okay. So we've done pre-Scoop Fest. Next episode, we'll get through all of Scoop Fest. And we'll try to... I mean, I never know if people enjoy this or not. But we don't want this going over a whole month of episodes.
Do we have enough time to record another episode?
We could.
Because I could say this would be a special occasion where we could do 2 a week.
Okay. All right. What we'll do, we'll end this episode. We'll have an intermission. See what Kez's plans are, because that may affect being able to record another episode.
Yeah.
But all right, there we go. That's part 1 of Vegas Adventure 2024. Once again, I want to give a big shout out, not just to the new patrons, but all patrons and everyone who listens to this show, frankly. This trip to Vegas has grown our listenership a fair bit, surprisingly, considering it didn't do it last year, but we're more involved this year, so with Scoop Fest and stuff. And it's, I don't know, I never think humbling is the correct term to use, even though it's what someone would say. It's very humbling to see how many people actually have started listening now. It's like, no, it's the fucking opposite. It's like, God fucking damn. Yeah,
like,
there you go. That's
shit.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
We're just two stupid people with stupid funny voices.
Yeah. That's all this ever was. All this is you and I having conversations, and apparently people think it's funny sometimes, so we recorded them and put them out there.
Yeah, this is conversations that we're going to have anyway.
Exactly.
It's like, I forgot that we were recording when we're talking about all this shit.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. But yeah, we're changing a little bit of bonus content. I'm going to put out bonus content hopefully the same day as an episode that it relates to, and then catch up on old episodes' bonus content as we go.
Yeah.
So if you would like to hear that bonus content, all you need to do is go to patreon.com/nicepodbud. Couple of bucks our way, and you get access not just to the new bonus content, but the back catalogue of bonus content. And there's other stuff, there's other rewards as well. Check it out. I forgot how we wrap up the show. Christ. What do we do from here?
Thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
No. You can follow us on Twitter and all that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
At 7 Billion Needles, at Wayne Geo. What did Matt try to call me? He tried to call me something else. Wajo. That's it.
Wajo.
Wajo. Don't look for Wajo.
Jacob just called you Joe.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Joe. It took me a second to
You could be a Joe.
Fuck you. Nah, I'm not a Joe. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
And as always, stay fresh, cheese bags.